Can you briefly present yourself?
My name is Grant Hominy. I'm a Canadian that has been living and working in Poltava, Ukraine for about 3.5 years.
So since when are you in Romania? How were your last days or last week before you arrived here?
So on Thursday, when the invasion started, we were going to hold out in Ukraine as long as we could, but on Friday afternoon, a group of us decided that it would probably be best to get across the border and do what we could here. So we matched up with some Ukrainian people and started our way to the Siret border to get to Romania. It's about a 900-kilometer drive from Poltava, which we made in about 20 hours. And then at the time, the border was quite congested, so it took us about 4 days to cross over to the Romanian side once we got there.
So you waited 4 days on the Ukrainian side of Siret before
we were in an 8-kilometer lineup, and it took us 4 days to get across.
Now you're in Siret. What exactly are you doing now?
Presently, we came because we're still trying to help some of our friends and their families and our co-workers get their families to safety. So right now, we're based in Ploiesc, just outside of Bucharest. We drove up this morning to meet with the family. They've been delayed on the Ukrainian side. So we're currently to see if we can help some other families get relocated into Bucharest. And then we'll return for them at some point in time.
What do you hear of the people who still are in Ukraine and that you have contact with? How are they describing their everyday life now?
Well, Poltava hasn't really been too hard affected by military presence yet. They are running very short on supplies. There are a lot of people from Kharkiv, because Poltava hasn't been hit, that have moved their children and their families, so they are providing a lot of support to other Ukrainians. So they are running very short on food. They are running very short on money, which is part of the campaign that I've also started with friends in Canada and oil and gas industry, so I've spread the message to them. So we're trying to get money to help support them there so that they can sustain what they're doing and hopefully rebuild when this all comes to an end.
And where are they? Are they spending the time in their apartments? Are they seeking for shelter in the underground?
Most of them at this point have been called to reserve action, so they're checking checkpoints, keeping schools and shelters secure. A lot of other ones are helping with taking care of the children, taking care of families, doing a lot of volunteer work. There are a lot of women and children that are in Poltava that have refused to leave. They feel that they're providing more service there, and it's their home. They don't want to go anywhere, and they don't have anywhere to go.
What do you mean with providing service? What are they doing right
They're taking care of children while their husbands are out fighting. They're taking care of elderly that have to go to shelters every time that they hear an air raid siren. There's just a whole bunch going on there. Providing local businesses there are providing all their equipment to help the soldiers and help with hospitals and mobilization.
And the families you know in Ukraine, if they come to Romania, do they know where to go? Do they have relatives in other parts of Europe? Do they have friends in Romania? Do they have any idea how they will continue?
There are a lot that do have support from the outside, and I think a lot of those have already come. What we're preparing for now is with the people that really have nowhere to go. And we have started setting up places for them to stay in Romania, and through the network of people that I know, I've been given options for them to go to Sweden, to go to Finland, to go to Switzerland, to go to the UK. So we're trying to help as much as we can with these people that are displaced.
And you lived 3.5 years in Ukraine. How did you experience, the Ukrainians' everyday life? How was the country? How did it feel to live there for you?
Well, I've traveled extensively and lived all over the world in 40 different countries at some point in time, and the Ukrainian people are unbelievable. They are very caring, they're hospitable, they'll do whatever. People that have nothing make sure you're safe, make sure you're happy. They're unbelievable people, and it's been one of the greatest experiences I've had.
What does it do to you to see what happens now with this country?
Well, it breaks my heart, and I mean, I have the ability to go somewhere and do something, but I hope to stay here and do as much as I can for these people.
Wish you all the best. Thank you.